Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. Hope you guys enjoyed the What Have I Seen Lately week. Hope you guys enjoyed those videos. Um, as I don't know, actually no, that video hasn't come out yet, so this might be a bit surprising considering just the circumstance that I've laid out for the past year or so with me and superheroes. So I went to see a superhero film with my bro because he was very curious to see it, so decided just as a caveat, just to see how the superhero genre is doing as of late, decided to go see Blue Beetle, which, forgive me, I forgot who the director's name was, but stars, what's the Cobra Kai kid's name?
I believe his name is Zolo. Like his first name is Zolo.
Zolo
But
something.
his last name is Spanish, so I don't know how to say it.
Zolo, yeah, so one of the Cobra Kai kids.
And there's George Lopez.
George Lopez and a bunch of other people, and how do I put it? So, I mean, you could just tell based on my demeanor how I feel about it, but yeah, so here's the thing. So I wasn't as bored with it as I thought I would be, and going into it, you know, I wasn't expecting much, because if anyone doesn't know the history of the film was originally meant to be dumped onto streaming on HBO Max, or Max as it's now called, and I think as a result of the Batgirl cancellation and just outcry from Twitter and stuff like that, people basically, you know, wanting their representation on screen, you know, just bringing up that sort of shenanigans. Because of that, it somehow found its way into theaters, and for a budget of $120 million, as I found out, it's not going to make its money back. Absolutely not. And it feels that way, you know, when watching it. It feels like something that is meant for streaming. And I know that seems like an insult, but it just has. It just feels like it's not meant to be here. It's not meant to be on a theatrical, in a big cinematic screen. It's meant to be on something of a smaller platform, smaller service, at least just by the design. 'Cause by visuals and just by overall aesthetics, it just feels fairly cheap. And it's crazy hearing it being $120 million. That's just insane to me. And emotionally, it's also fairly cheap too, because it's just trotting on the tropes that you've seen before. It's basically like if Iron Man and Venom had a baby, essentially. Like, that's basically what you're getting here. And then the quips of like Spider-Man, you know. So, you know, it's it's not completely without merit. You know, it has something of a unique identity in terms of its protagonists. But what it lacked for me was just appealing character. Like, just pretty much everything in the genre that I have issues with, it was evident here. It's just trotting on the same nonsense that I've seen over and over again, and you know, it's just trotting on like the same mechanics, the same structures. Yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
You forgot, like, it was like the Blue Beetle. At first, when I saw it, I thought it was like a straight up new character DC was making, but it was based off of like a comic book.
Well, yeah, they go through their laundry list of, like, you know, just characters to use, but
it's something like, I just wish like they could make new characters instead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hopefully in the future, because I want something like straight off, like from scratch, like going back to the drawing board or whatever.
Right. And just to illustrate, like, I'm actually having a video out tomorrow to talk more about it. I don't hate the genre. You know, I think that it, like, because I've talked a lot of ill on this channel about the genre. What I really am irritated by with the genre is its lack of creativity and its originality, as you know, my bro just kind of illustrated. Because there's just a navigation with these films that is just becoming so redundant and just so predictable and so, you know, like I told my bro at one point that if something happens in the film, I'm just gonna go use the bathroom, and that thing did happen, and I came back and I asked him what happened, and he said nothing much. So,
well, spoiler alert, like
it's not a spoiler. I mean, it's if you know anything about comic books, you know, it's like an easy thing to figure out, you know.
Or like, if you watch like so many superhero movies and go in, guess what? There's always gonna be someone dying, like on the good side. So spoiler alert, guess what? Ooh, the father died. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every single superhero movie, guess what? It's always either the grandma, it's always the dad, or the mom, or anything like that. Hardly any other superhero has never got a chance to, like, avoid all that. And if you want to count Miles, who somehow can change the multiverse, but the multiverse does not count, though.
Yeah, so, I mean, I thought it was very disposable. I mean, I'm not really mad about it. I'm not really, irritated by it. I'm just more just like, okay. I mean, it is what it is. It is pretty much as it has been, for the past few years, it seems. So, I mean, like I said, not completely without merit. As I said, I think that there are elements visually. Like, I think some of the action is appealing enough, but, in terms of design and overall mechanics, I just felt it was just, it was just more of the same. And for my taste, that more of the same is just more flavorless than colorful for some others. Some people prefer to taste the same things over and over again. For me, I prefer a little bit more variety in my superheroes and just my overall stories.
Like, the action was straight up from, like, Cobra Kai. Like, I'm talking about what
Here's my
Zolo
bro.
did?
Here's my bro, by the way. He's just wanted to swing it over here. But basically, like I said, I thought it was just okay. But you have the floor now, bro.
Of course I do, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Blue Beetle, George Lopez. I feel like he's the only person in that, like, movie has carried out the whole movie. Like, obviously his jokes and stuff, his comedian's, like, star self, whatever. Yeah, it was good, but I was so cool to see Zolo. I don't know if that's how I say his name right, but the guy who plays Miguel in Cobra Kai.
I thought
it's pretty cool.
I thought that all the performances were very questionable, honestly.
But I like the action. The action was kind of cool. But if you look at his move sets, it's like, oh my god, they're trying to copy off from his iconic, like, stunts and stuff like that.
It's also it's pretty much book for book like Iron Man. It's just like a kid gets a suit, figures out how to use a suit. Bigger guy with bigger suit. It's like,
and it's always the reactions like, he's turning into a hero, and he starts flying off the roof. He goes everywhere around, like, New York, wherever he's at, and then he goes back.
And then, of course, the at least for me anyway, the, like, progressive edges. The commentary that's implemented, it's expected, but it's just more groans.
No, it's like Iron Man. You're right. Like, it's like Iron Man. Think about it. Like, Iron Man has what's his name? Like, who does he talk to? It's like the little AI.
Oh, Jarvis.
Just like in this movie as well. Like, he has his little partner when he talks with him, ever in the suit, like the bug little guy.
Yeah, and there's a bigger, badder version of that at the end. The big bulky dude. So it's like it's basically like Iron Man. If Iron Man was about like representation, I guess. I don't know, because it's ultimately like it's pretty standard stuff about purpose. Like, I hate Chosen One stories because it's pretty much set up. You know what I mean? It's like there's no, like, real reward. It's just that the Chosen One, it's like, okay, so you already were gonna get this regardless.
The point of being a superhero,
there's no journey with that.
There's nothing fun of being a superhero. Like you don't get money out of it. The only outcome is people are gonna expect you to have so much responsibility, killing these guys, arrest these guys, go get all of these criminals to save us, and we will be like, thank you, but no one really cares. They're just expecting you to do everything for them, like a stepping stone.
And supposedly this is the start of a reboot with the DC stuff.
Yep.
I don't know. I heard stuff, but it's all confusing. So, that's that's just my overall impression. I was just like, okay, but I mean, do you have any other thoughts or?
No, I mean, like, if it's 6 out of 10. I mean, basic hero movie.
Mm-hmm.
Main guy becomes a hero, saves everyone and stuff, and my brother just felt the sensation of saying, like, oh, Dad's gonna die. All right, time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then he came back 2 minutes later, and I'm just like, oh, you did not miss anything.
Nothing.
They're just gonna go find, you know, the hero that's got kidnapped by the antagonist. Like, oh, cool, whatever.
And the giant like bug thing. It's like,
And it's so weird. Like, the antagonist, like the lady, right? But like
Like
her assistant, his assistant, like the person he used to become like this Iron Man Hulkbuster person.
Monger, right? Is that what they call?
I don't know the name, but like, I look at his memories, and then you see his memories, and he just has it full of like depressing and like PTSD, like,
and also
memories.
The father moment, right? With the when he meets his father in like this heaven like scenario. It's not really heaven. It's the program, creating an image. And no one really thought about that. It's like there's this meaningful moment, but it's like it's the machine creating that. It's artificial. It's not really him. It's just a contrivance. Like that's not really him. You know what I mean?
You're not talking to your actual dad.
Yeah, your dad's dead.
Your dad's not gonna pick your soul up and be like, "Hey, you got this." Puts you back.
They could have done that if they wanted, but it's like no. They were like,
what?
We have to
No
use
way.
Well, they could have. Man, it's just
You expect a dad from heaven to come and grab his soul and be like, "Yo, do not die on me," and then just throw him back in there.
I mean
that's pretty much what happened, almost.
They did that in Guardians, supposedly.
Oh, with Rocket Raccoon. Just grab it. So he's like, "Yeah, you can come with us, walk us to heaven." Actually, no, I was joking. Here you go back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like that's some bull crap.
But yeah, pretty basic, super formulaic. Like I just
formulaic.
Yeah, it's the best word I can describe it. But
I just say basic, just very basics.
Yeah.
No, just it's the same plain script. They just watched some Avengers movies and just copied some of the visual scripts and everything. And they were like, you know what, movie, there you go, done. So it was boring.
What's that phrase? Same thing, different day. I think that's basically it. Yeah. Same thing, different day. It's like the same thing with. It's like basically take the idea that he said same script, different movie. You know what I mean? So.
Different title, different characters, different cast, but guess what? Same script.
Yeah. So.
That's the difference. And it's almost probably if I go Google right now, I bet you the budget's almost the same as the other Marvel films. I bet you.
Yeah, it's $120 million.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's for this film we just watched. And
it's not making its money back.
But yeah, there's no way.
No way. Especially by the audience. I could tell the audience was kind of done with it too. So.
There was this guy in the front of us. He was just like, he was vibing. And
very
stuff
talkative,
like
yeah.
He was very talkative like me for a bit. Like, it was, yeah. But he was like the only one who was just kind of motivating. I started to actually fall asleep in some scenes. I was really tired because it was kind of cold. The theater was cold because I'm wearing shorts right now, so I'm not wearing any like big long sweats or pants, whatever. But whatever.
But yeah, guys. So that's gonna be it for us on Blue Beetle. Okay, but wait for it to be on streaming where it should have been in the first place. So, but those are our thoughts on Blue Beetle. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not sure what will be next. We'll figure it out. Maybe a Disney film, maybe a Pixar stuff's coming out later this year. So we'll see. But until then, guys, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.
Bye.